Hi everyone, it's me, Chris from Body Nova Fitness Coaching, and I'm here to talk to you about the differences today of when you're applying tension to a muscle, when you're contracting to lift a weight, or just produce force. Anytime you have to cause movement, the muscles create tension to pull on the bones and cause the movement. Okay, the desired movement. Okay, but I'm more here to talk about continuous tension, which is a little different because when we're lifting, we most of the stuff that's taught us how to lift are kind of designed with a strength perspective in mind. Okay, so if I was to bench press, I would start down here at the bottom and I would go to my arms all the way straighten out and then bring them back down. But I'm resting in certain positions. So as you'll see later, I'll show you with the squat, a one-legged squat. There's no tension when my arms are completely straightened out here, okay? Versus if I had my hands out a little bit wider, then there's tension on the chest because the arm is a little bit away from the body, so that chest has to contract, okay? One strategy isn't always better than the other, okay, but you have to pick and choose. And sometimes, when your goals are look good goals, continuous tension might be able to help you break that plateau, as far as making progress goes, or changing from continuous tension to tension, which will allow you to get stronger and lift heavier weights before coming back to continuous tension again to keep the progress rolling. But one is not always good. One isn't always bad. You just have to match up the right situation to what you're doing. Okay, everyone, this is a shot of my quads here. I'm basically standing on one foot right now, but as you can see, I'm standing with my leg basically almost straight. Okay, now the thing is the muscle on my quads is almost relaxed because with me straight, in this position, everything falls, it's kind of a little bit more on my joints here. There's very little on the muscle. Now watch as I bend this knee. Look at the muscles, okay? Or actually, let me turn this way. Look at the muscle as I bend this knee, okay? See, I've got the knee bent, okay? Got the knee bent. As you can see, knee is bent. And you come out and you see more flexion of the muscle versus when my leg is straight and I'm almost totally relaxed, okay? It's totally relaxed. It's almost totally relaxed. Very little tension on the muscle, okay? Very little tension on the muscle versus when it's bent. See that? So, when the legs are straight, and the thing is, a lot of you always press, leg press, squat, whatever, if we're talking about quads, till we're in this position, okay? Leg extension is a little different because when the leg is out straight, the weight will fall on it and it will have to, it falls in a different direction. So with your feet out straight in front of you, there'll be tension on the muscle, okay? But anyway, so when we're getting into continuous tension, now if I'm supposed to squat, instead of squatting up to this position here, I'm going to come down, get the muscles to work here. Let me turn the way. Muscles to work here, stretch. And I don't stop at the top. I'm keeping tension on the muscle as opposed to normally coming up to here at a point where I can, I have rest on the muscle. And you'll even see this when Anna does these, I'll show you with the hip thrust and the glute extensions of her work, and I'll explain it more. But as I come all the way down, okay, and there's tension on the muscle to keep me from falling, and coming back up, there's tension on the muscle until my leg completely straightens out, and there's no more tension on the muscle. But see just that little bit, see how those muscles flex? That is why your muscles have to work harder, because there's always tension on the muscle. So that's the difference between the two. Whereas you would get into a favorable position with, the conventional way, I'm going to say normal way, and because the tension would eventually fall off the muscles when that joint is completely straight, okay, versus keeping constant tension and moving within that range of motion that you're going to have tension on those muscles. Okay, so again, we're here and I'm showing you Anna. She's doing glute bridges here and versus her doing hip thrusts. Okay, so when you look at the hip thrust, even though she's holding the weight at the top, when she comes down at the bottom for a full stretch, that muscle has to relax for that stretch to occur. Now, if you look at her glute bridge, she never lets the weights hit the ground. She keeps the weights from hitting the ground, and that keeps tension on the muscles. Yeah, so like I was saying, by her keeping continuous tension on the muscles and making those muscles have to do more work, it's a way of progressive overload. I made a post about it, but it was written about progressive overload being one of the reasons why your resistance training program isn't working. But that's one. There's many ways to progressive overload, and that's one because she can make her glutes work harder, or I can make my quads work harder while squatting because I'm making the muscle work longer. And I can do that, or she can do that without additional weight, getting more work from the muscle, making the muscles work much harder without adding additional weight. So when some people say it's not always about the weight, that's an example that is where it's not. You know, if you have a goal of looking good or muscular endurance or something like that, where you need those muscles to work more, continuous tension can do that. Now, if your goal is to express your strength maximally, lift the absolute heaviest weight possible, this is not going to be the strategy that you're going to use because your muscles are going to tire out quickly, and fatigue is going to become a factor. So this, again, continuous tension, that's a way that you can make the body work harder or the muscles work harder without additional weight. So keep that in mind. And if you have any questions, feel free to drop me a message or an email or whatever. And see you again next time.